Media in Action, the theme for this year's National Association of Broadcasters show, New York City edition, proved to be an apt title for the opening day morning's keynote session. Sponsor representative Vivek Kamani from Quantify urged the standing room only crowd to stick around for his presentation immediately following. Are you ready for the software 2.0 revolution in media? Revolution in the States in 2018? Say it isn't so. NAB President and CEO Gordon Smith, citing the recent hurricane weather events, spoke passionately about finding the ways, means, and technologies to enable all devices to be able to accept and play over-the-air broadcasts, so that when disaster meets the digital age, more and more people will be able to find their way to safety and shelter. Not 2 hours later, Fox television stations, NBC and Telemundo-owned stations group, Univision, Tegna Inc. for Pearl TV, and Nexstar Media Group for Spectrum Co. announced their collaborative effort and support for the introduction of ATSC 3.0, which allows for Smith's vision to be greatly enhanced. Actor extraordinaire and not shy about expressing his political views, New Yorker Robert De Niro used his famous voice, magnificent sense of humor, using the verb fucking brought the house down at the beginning of his remarks. Really? At a convention of broadcasters? To challenge the assemblage to abandon complacency and actually take action. Let's get the country on track again. No boos or interruptions from any of the Republicans in the room. After decrying the abuse and neglect of the First Amendment, journalists as the enemy of the people, inconvenient facts as fake news, and the recent murder of Jamal Khashoggi, coupled with America's wishy-washy responses, the Academy Award-winning actor sat down for a fireside chat. Dade Hayes, contributing editor of Deadline Hollywood, doing the honors. Sadly, the audio was not nearly as good as De Niro's stand-up speech, but it was instructive to relive some of his triumphs, notably Mean Streets and Godfather 2. Marlon Brando is a hard act to follow, but Oscar was well pleased with the result. And hear more about his role as co-founder, along with Jane Rosenthal, of Tribeca Film Festival. No glitzy parties in the early years. And as a filmmaker. Asked about the rise of Netflix and pushback from other studios, and particularly theatrical venues to the streaming giant, De Niro explained, referring to the coming film The Irishman, directed by frequent collaborator Martin Scorsese, it wouldn't have been done the way it needed to be. Money talks again. Question: will there be a theatrical release? Answer: there has to be. They'll sort it out. What a curious Trump-like reply.